Well, a pair of teams off to hot starts in the early part of the 2023-24 high school basketball season. On tap here tonight from Wyoming Seminary High School. Paul Garrity here with you as our coverage of live high school basketball continues here on Service Electric Cable TV. Wyoming Seminary in the white uniforms tonight. Pittston area will be in the reds. Pittston area coming in undefeated on the year, 4-0. Off a 7-point win over North Pocono in their last outing. And, of course, led by their outstanding point guard, Daniela Rinelli, who's one of the top players in the Wyoming Valley Conference over the course of her career. Starting five for Pittston area, Rinelli starts in the backcourt with number 5, Maddie Karp. Rowan Lezevnik is number 20, Lily Lindsay is number 21, and Grace Callahan is number 32. Seminary with it first. C.J. Kersey's team off to a good start as well, 3-1. That thrilling overtime victory over Mountain View on Saturday. Got their first loss of the year in a non-conference battle against Marian Catholic as Ella Stambaugh, the young freshman, drills a triple to get the scoring started. 3-0 Wyoming Sem. Stambaugh aggressive early. Pittston area very much a guard-oriented team. They do not have a lot of size at all. But they'll get to the basket. Better than average shooting team. And they always played tough defense under head coach Jeff Gregory. Lezevnik pressured outside by Lexi Lichtenstein, number 21. Lichtenstein joined in the starting lineup by Claire Griffin, number 23. We saw Ella Stambaugh, number 24, as Maddie Karp gets Pittston area on the board to make it 3-2. Ellie Parra, number 31 for Sem, and Haley Smeraldi at number 45 close out the starting five for the Blue Knights. Almost, and now they get it. 5-second call. Not often you see that on a baseline out of bounds early in a game. But well defended there by the Knights. Seminary with a significant size advantage in this game. We'll see how that plays out on the glass. Here's Stambaugh launching. Missed the rim. It'll go back to Pittston. 6:11 to play in the first. 3-2. Wyoming Seminary. Expect this one to be a pretty competitive game. Beautiful feed from Rinelli. That court vision of the junior point guard. And it sends Grace Callahan, one in another long line of Callahans in the Pittston area athletic program, to the line for two. Patriots have made a habit of playing at the Mohegan Sun Arena in recent years, especially since Jeff Gregory took over as the head coach. Wyoming Seminary trying to make it there. C.J. Kersey's got his squad rolling. Expected to be one of the better teams in Wyoming Valley Conference Division II this season. They spread the floor for Rinelli, dashing to the rim, and Daniela Rinelli has her first bucket. Pittston area has their first lead. It's 5-3. Man-to-man for Pittston area. We'll probably see very little, if any, zone in this game from them. Griffin, a little 10-footer. Stambaugh, the step back off the offensive board. And he'll stay with the Knights. Good defense there by Lezevniks to stay in front. Under 5 to play in the first. Griffin sets a bone-crushing screen as Lichtenstein attacks. Stambaugh down low for Smeraldi. A patient trip by Sem, and they get their first points in about 3 minutes. We're tied at 5. Here's Ranelli, a difficult runner. Lichtenstein the rebound. Stambaugh off a ball screen. Back rim miss. And Smeraldi couldn't save it, called for traveling. Back to Pittston, just past the midway point of the opening stanza. Paul Garrity here with you. Our second game of the week here on Service Electric will be up at Crestwood tomorrow night as the Comets take on Williamsport in boys basketball action. Lindsay, high off the window. 7-5 Patriots. Good defense there by Karp, again to stay in front of Stambaugh as Ellie Kersey, the freshman, checks in for Lichtenstein for C.J. Kersey and the Knights. Kersey had a strong game on Saturday in that overtime win against Mountain View, game that Seminary trailed throughout. Tied the game in the final minute before rallying to win it in the extra session. Kersey was a big part of that, kept them in the game in the first half. .243 to play, first quarter. Griffin with that herky-jerky motion in the lane, and it's last touched by Pittston. You can really see the defensive technique of the Patriots on these last couple possessions. That's a kickball. Only had one foul called in this game so far, 6 minutes in. Smeraldi to the bench, Lichtenstein back on the floor for Sem. And they get Stambaugh for dragging the pivot foot on that up and under move. defensive struggle so far. Rinelli, a long up-court pass, and the Sem defense fell asleep. And you can't fall asleep with Daniela Rinelli has the basketball. First basket for the Pittston bench. Ella O'Brien gives the Patriots a 9-5 lead. Lichtenstein, straight line drive, rolls off. O'Brien collects the carom. And a double dribble called against Lily Lindsay. Juliana Latona is into the game for Pittston area, number 14. Clock tumbles down to a minute to play in the first. Stambaugh off a screen, yes. Ella Stambaugh, rainbow three, and the Knights back within a point. It's 9-8. Apparently Pittston area might play for one here. Rinelli makes her move. Here's Karp. Back to Rinelli, over Lichtenstein. Book it for Daniela Rinelli. It's a triple. First three-point shot of the game for Pittston. They lead it 12-8. Lichtenstein a 2-on-2. A trailing Kersey well beyond the line and maybe a little too far out, but Griffin puts home the loose change as Stambaugh saved it. After one, a good one as expected here in Kingston. The Patriots lead the Blue Knights 12-10. You're watching high school basketball on Service Electric TV. We'll be back here at Wyoming Seminary on Saturday afternoon for a doubleheader. Girls at 2:15 as they take on Southern Columbia. And the boys game also against Southern Columbia at 6 o'clock. Both of those games on Saturday here on Service Electric TV. (12:10). Pittston leads Wyoming Seminary. Seconds into the second quarter. Latona the steal and a carry on the transition. Some clock issues early in this game. Well, for the past minute or so, the clock's been stopped when it should be rolling. There we go. It's been rolling when it should have been stopped. So I guess it all evened out. Stambaugh doesn't get the roll. And Lezevnik takes down the board. Man-to-man for Wyoming Seminary. As Lichtenstein guards, well, now they switch off. And it's Para getting the assignment on Rinelli. Rinelli off an off-ball screen and fouled on the three-point shot. Got the shot up cleanly, but you have to let the shooter come down without getting in their way. And it'll be 3 free throws here for the leading returning scorer and defending Wyoming Valley Conference Division I Player of the Year, Daniela Ranelli. Patriots have not given up more than 40 points in any of their 4 games so far this season. Gave up 40 to Nanticoke in a 1-point win very early on in the season. Jeff Gregory's always been a defensive-minded coach, former assistant at Scranton Prep under Bob Baviglia, who also loves good man-to-man defense. Lichtenstein bullying her way towards the rim, gets her own miss. Finds a cutting para, might have got hit. And we play on. Karp. No numbers. Down low and muscling up is Ella O'Brien for the lefty layup. It's 15-10 Pittston. Sem breaks the press. Lichtenstein all the way to the hoop. Good decision there by the Wyoming Seminary senior. Leading scorer from a year ago, Lexi Lichtenstein's first points tonight. 15-12 Patriots. Ranelli waves away the screen, gets a quick shot up at the rim, and it's out of bounds to Wyoming Seminary. Grace Callahan back in for Pittston area. Kersey dials up a triple try. Long rebound to Ranelli. Someone better pick up the ball. Pass maybe a little low. Ranelli gets free. 3 ball in the air. She's got it again. 9 first half points for Ranelli. It's the biggest lead of the night at 18-12. Now a steal. And a layup for Ranelli. And the Blue Knights want to talk it over. One of the better players in the conference has taken over this game in the second quarter. Pittston area 20, Wyoming Seminary 12. Well, again, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night, 7 p.m., for what should be another good one, as Williamsport makes the long trip to Mountaintop to take on Crestwood in boys basketball. 7 o'clock airtime right here on Service Electric TV. If you're watching this game on Channel 9, by the way, why don't you head on over to Channel 509, and you can watch it in wonderful high definition. Again, Channel 509, high definition of all of our broadcasts this year on Service Electric Cable. 4:45 to play first half. 8-point Pittston lead. Starting 5 on the floor for C.J. Kersey. Karp out to defend Stambaugh, forces a difficult shot. And a foul on the rebound action goes against Claire Griffin. Just the third foul of the first half called. The veteran officiating crew tonight, Frank Galicki, Twinkle Toes, Harry Caskey, and Gabby Hampsey. Rinelli doesn't take the screen. Count it, and the foul. Well, Rinelli's certainly not the biggest player on the floor, but she's got all kinds of creative ways to get the shots up at the rim. Seminary bench did not like the fact that they called that a shooting foul. One free throw for Rinelli. She got a game-high 14. Patriots now stretching out the lead. 23-12. Kersey, harassed, just barely avoids the 5-second call. Stambaugh to the rack, and a blocking foul. Had to be either a block or a travel, one or the other, and the call goes in favor of the Knights. And they're going to call a shooting foul on this one as well. So Stambaugh to the free throw line. First attempts of the game for Seminary. Stambaugh with 8 of the 14 Seminary points. They trail by 9. Patriot turnover. Stambaugh guarded by Karp. 16-foot jumper. Bullseye for Ellis Stambaugh. A matchup difficulty for Pittston. Nobody with the size that Stambaugh brings, although Karp has done a good job on her. The shots that Stambaugh has made in this game have been contested shots, including that one. 23-16, Patriots lead. Stambaugh switches off on Rinelli. Launches a deep one, a long rebound to Karp. O'Brien no good. Stambaugh steaming the other way. Step back from 13 feet. And here comes Daniela Rinelli. Under 2 to play before halftime. Contested jumper, O'Brien the putback, no. Pittston hammering the offensive glass in the last couple possessions, and now a foul called against Ellie Para. It's the first against Para. Latona back in the game, replacing O'Brien. Ranelli off that crossover, that quick step. So difficult to stay in front of Daniela Ranelli when she's got the basketball. And she is totally taken over this game. It's 25-16. Stambaugh, and that's a travel. .54 ticks remaining before the break. .16 points for Pittston's Daniela Ranelli. Kersey draws the assignment this time as they back it out with 30 to play. So Pittston looks like they'll get the last shot. Seven seconds left. Now they go. Ranelli steps back, blocked by Kersey. Good defense by the freshman. But the damage was done in that first half by the Pittston area point guard, number 2, Daniela Ranelli. 16 first half points, and at the break, the Patriots lead the Knights 25-16. You're watching high school basketball here on Service Electric TV. Welcome back. Second half about to get underway here in Kingston. It was a closely contested first half until Pittston kind of seized control of the game in the last 4 minutes or so of the second quarter. Daniela Ranelli, a game-high 16 points for Pittston area as they lead 25-16 over Wyoming Seminary. Ella Stambaugh, the freshman, had 10 of the 16 first half points for the Knights. Knight turnover. Ranelli into the open floor. The Knight defenders just have not been able to stay in front. And she's been able to get into the lane and score pretty much at will. That time they back off. And the three-point shot no good. Lichtenstein with those bright pink sneakers. Here's Griffin with the same shoes. Doesn't do any good on the shot. Pittston accelerates the other way. Ranelli blocked by Stambaugh. And a foul called against Griffin. No foul trouble against either team. There were very few fouls called against either squad in the first half. Nobody with more than 2. Patriots give it away. 7:01 to play in the third. Still man-to-man for the Patriots as Karp continues on Stambaugh. Sem has not really been able to take advantage of their size advantage in this game. Pittston's been very competitive on the boards. Griffin hoists up another and a foul on the rebound. I think they're going to get Stambaugh for a push in the back. That's the first against the Seminary freshman. Still looking for our first points here in the third quarter. It's a 9-point Pittston lead. Rinelli gets free again. Missed a couple quality shots early in this third quarter. Stambaugh kicks back. Rinelli the steal. Anticipated the pass, one-on-one with Lichtenstein and draws the contact. So 2 more free throws. Rinelli's 2 for 4 in the game so far. Normally an excellent free throw shooter. Someone Pittston goes to at the end of games. This to match the largest lead of the night at 11. (27-16) Patriots. And another steal by Rinelli. Griffin gives chase, but she can't catch up to the lightning quick Pittston point guard. And it's a 13-point game. 20 points for Rinelli. Knights just have not had an answer for number 2. Ellie Kersey back in replacing Lichtenstein. Sem with turnover problems since halftime. Down low, good block. I think it was Para that got a piece of it. Again, good defense here by the Patriots. Big screen from Griffin, frees up Stambaugh, but the shot no good. And a rebound foul against Ellie Kersey. Third foul of the quarter, all of them against the Knights. Maya Gross is into the game for the Blue Knights. Number 12 in white. Gross gets the assignment against Rinelli. Now a mismatch here against Stambaugh as they spread the floor. Karp spotting up in the corner. Not that time. Griffin tracks down the board. 3:17 to play in the third quarter. Seminary looking to crack the scoreboard for the first time this half. Stambaugh steps back over Karp. Wow. Ella Stambaugh has been a one-man wrecking crew for Sem tonight. She's got 13 of the 19 Blue Knight points. And a timeout on the floor. Later stages, third quarter. Pittston area leads it by 10. Paul Garrity back with you here in Kingston. We'll be right back here on Saturday. Girls game at 2:15, boys game at 6 o'clock. As the Knights take on Southern Columbia in a doubleheader. Williamsport Crestwood boys tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then we've got games heading into the Christmas break Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday next week here on Service Electric Cable. 29-19. Patriots lead it. Clock tumbling down, under 3 minutes to play now in the third. Both offenses have been basically one-man shows. Ranelli has 20 of the 29 for Pittston. Stambaugh has 13 of the 19 for Sem. And here are those two matched up on the perimeter. Long one off the mark by Lazevnik. Forget Wyoming Seminary trailed by double digits against Mountain View on Saturday before rallying to win in overtime. Griffin for three. They need a couple of those to go down from someone other than Stambaugh. Here is Gross for three. Book it for Maya Gross. That's a big basket. Gets somebody else involved in the offense and trims the margin to 7. A slow-moving 5-0 run by the Knights. Karp, mid-range J. Seminary basketball. .126 in the third. As Griffin breaks the timeline. Gross. Where's this girl been? Maya Gross off the bench. 5 quick points. And it's a 7-0 spurt by the Knights. They're within 5. Para tries to stay in front of Ranelli, but she's just too quick. She's got 22. 40 seconds in the third. It's a 7-point Pittston lead. Stambaugh somehow dribbled through all those defenders. Gross misses that one. Pittston area will probably play for one here with 20 seconds left in the quarter. Up top to Ranelli for three, fouled again on the follow-through. The second time tonight that Rinelli has come down on that same type of play on a three-point shot. Rinelli 6 for 8 from the free throw line in the game. Now make that 7 for 9. So after Sem closed it to 5, Stambaugh launches. That one looked pretty good off her hands. 5 straight points by Pittston to close the quarter. And after 3, the Patriots lead it 34-24 here on Service Electric TV. Then Tuesday night, we'll be right back here at Wyoming Sem at the Carpenter Gym as the Blue Knight boys take on Blue Ridge, all the way down from up north. Then a girls game at Wilkes-Barre area on Thursday, and the 2023 portion of the schedule closes out with a boys game at Crestwood next Friday night. Paul Garrity back with you, 34-24. Pittston area has led throughout as we start the fourth. No foul trouble at all against either team. $25 for Rinelli, 13 for the freshman Stambaugh. And not a lot of offense besides that for either team. Para guards Rinelli. If Sem can do anything to get it out of her hands, I'd imagine that would be a goal here in these next few possessions. Jeff Gregory is not afraid to take the air out of the basketball with a lead. That's what the Patriots have done in recent years. They get a lead on you, and then they just kind of slowly squeeze you to death like a boa constrictor. Maddie Karp now to the line for 2. Patriots 10 for 12 from the stripe. With their lack of size, they're going to try to make up for that with excellent free throw shooting throughout the year. Double dribble against Griffin in the backcourt. .649 to play. It's a 12-point Pittston lead. I think that's an inadvertent whistle. The ball was not touched. So the ball was never touched. It went in the backcourt. So officials make the correction. Good defense there by Para. Griffin steamrolling the other way. Poked away from behind. It'll stay with the Knights. 6:39 to play. Stambaugh cross court. Gross spotting up. Kersey goes sailing into the bleachers. Looks like she's going to be okay. Sounded a lot worse than it was. I think if you're CJ Kersey, you got to come with a trap here at some point to get the ball out of Rinelli's hands and speed this game up a little bit. Griffin doing her best. The Patriots are just going to take the air out of the ball, and Lindsay dribbled it off the line. So a rare Patriot turnover. Haven't seen many of those tonight. Stambaugh off the crossover. Jump stop in the lane and hits. 15 for the freshman Ella Stambaugh. It's a 10-point game. Sem trying to get back in it. And there's the steal that I was waiting for. Lichtenstein to the rim. Oh, they needed that. Can't miss those when you're trying to come back from a double-digit deficit. A near turnover. Stambaugh gets her hands in. And a timeout called by Pittston. 5:05 to play, fourth quarter. Patriots hanging on to a 10-point lead here on Service Electric TV. Back here in Kingston, pretty fast-moving game here tonight. Very few fouls. Officials doing a good job keeping things moving. There's been extremely few timeouts called in this game. Both coaches have let their teams play. Pittston area leads by 10. 5:05 to play in the fourth. Sem forces the turnover off the inbounds. That's what they're going to have to do to come back in this game. Probably knock down a couple threes, which is not necessarily Sem's strength. Stambaugh, little pirouette in the lane, and a foul called. Second trip to the line tonight for the freshman Ellis Stambaugh. She's 3 for 3. Nobody else on the Knights has attempted a free throw tonight. 36-28. Offensive foul called against Rinelli. And Ellie Kersey stepped in. I thought that was a good call. Took a pretty good shot by the hard-charging Rinelli. Knights had it within 5, with just about a minute to play in the third before Pittston rattled off 5 quick points to close the quarter. Stambaugh comes up short. Now Lichtenstein comes out to challenge Rinelli. Now Rinelli gets past Kersey. Little double clutch in the lane. Sem races the other way. 3:43 to play. Griffin out to Kersey, contested 3. Griffin powers up, second chance. Claire Griffin has her second basket. It's a 6-point game. Still lots of time remaining. Kersey can't stay in front of Rinelli, the little dipsy-do. She's got 27, and it's 38-30. Well, Pittston area is going to need a second scorer at some point this year, but tonight it might be enough. Here's Kersey for 3. Spins off. Lichtenstein. Extra pass, Stambaugh. Back down to 6. And a timeout called by C.J. Kersey and the Knights. 2:31 to play in the fourth. Seminary hanging around. It's 38-32. .231 to play. The Seminary has had a hard time getting anything going offensively tonight, with the exception of Ella Stambaugh, who has 19. But they've done enough defensively to keep themselves quasi in the game, and they've cut it to 6 now as they continue the pressure. It'll go back to Pittston. The lack of fouls in this game might come into play. Both teams have a full complement of fouls to give, as that foul is going to go against Lichtenstein from behind. .217 to play. Sam's active defensively out of this timeout. This is just what Pittston area wants right now. Ball in Rinelli's hands. 2 minutes to play. Floating shot from Lindsay is off the mark. Not sure that's what Jeff Gregory wanted there. Here's Lichtenstein. 1:30 to play. And that's a double dribble against Kersey. Now if you're CJ Kersey, you've got to really extend the defense. You still have 2 fouls to give before Pittston shoots free throws, and a timeout called by the Patriots. Clock never started there, so we still have 1:20 to play. And it's a 38-32 Patriots lead. Again, a reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night at Crestwood High School as the Comets take on Williamsport in boys basketball action. Then right back here Saturday for the doubleheader. Seminary girls play Southern Columbia at 2:15. And the Blue Knight boys take on Southern Columbia at 6 o'clock. You can hear or watch all those games right here on Service Electric TV. Rinelli brings it across as the Patriots lead by 6. 1:10 to play in the fourth. Down low and a foul is called. And I think CJ Kersey might be okay with this. You put Pittston to the line and somebody other than Rinelli, force them to make some shots. Maya Gross back in for Sem. Grace Callahan. Now 2 for 3 from the stripe. Makes it a 3-possession game. If Pittston hangs on, they'll improve to a perfect 5-0. Eight-point cushion. 1:04 to play. Gross jacks one up. Knocked down a couple early, but she's been way off since. 50 seconds left. And the exclamation point from Lily Lindsay. Timeout Patriots with 46 seconds to play. Pittston area on their way to 5-0. They lead it by 10. Well, for Wyoming Seminary, looks like they're headed to a season low in point total after 3 straight wins to open the year. Now this will be back-to-back losses to 2 quality teams. Held below 40 points the other night against Marian Catholic, and now likely not to reach 40 here in this one. Pittston area will continue their streak of not allowing a team to go over 40 points at all this year. But wait a minute, Stambaugh banks one in to keep us here a while longer. 37 seconds to play. It's a 7-point game. 5th 3-point shot made by the Knights tonight, 4 of them by the impressive freshman Ella Stambaugh. I'll tell you what, Stambaugh is quickly emerging, not just as a good for a freshman type of player. She's looking like she might be one of the better players in Division II. Still a foul to give for Sem, and they give it. With 33 ticks left. They tried to deny Ranelli, but she got free anyway, and Karp scores. 44-35. Griffin chucks one up. And that looks like it's going to do it. Ranelli will dribble out the final 10 seconds. Pittston area gets their 5th win in a row to open the year. A 44-35 victory over Wyoming Seminary behind 27 big points from their outstanding point guard, Daniela Ranelli. 22 from Ella Stambaugh, the freshman. Not enough for Sem tonight. They drop to 3-2 on the season. We'll be back on the air less than 24 hours from right now as Williamsport and Crestwood tangle in boys basketball tomorrow night right here on Service Electric Channel 9. For Scott Cannon, our cameraman, I'm Paul Garrity. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. You've been watching high school basketball here on Service Electric TV.